sell the most papers.
My name is Juan Montes, and I am the 2020 Volunteer of the Year. This year, I've done a lot of things for Real Change, and it's been incredible. It's been different. It's been challenging, obviously, but I'm happy that I was nominated. I started volunteering at Real Change about a year ago. I was just kind of reaching out to local organizations to kind of give back, and it's local journalism. It's an advocacy organization. You know, they help people in need, and it's like, this is right down my alley, and I just kind of fell in love with it. I like to give back. I was raised with this whole giving back attitude. My parents are immigrants. They came to the U.S. illegally. They're here legally now, but they've gone through so much, and they've struggled all of their lives to kind of become citizens, to establish themselves here in the U.S. And that's why I give back, because of my parents, because that's what they went through, and I want to see somebody else be successful. I keep coming back because of the community that Real Change has. It's always very positive. They're always willing to help everyone in need, and it just feels really good to not only volunteer my time, but kind of, I always say it as volunteer my soul almost. You know, you go there and you meet a lot of these really great people, and you really connect with a lot of the vendors. I've only been here for a year, so I bet if I saw her more frequently, I would remember her name. But I remember I usually always saw her during my shift. She came in and bought the newspapers, but she kind of really shared a very powerful story. I would totally share the story out there, but it was more the moment for me. It's a very human moment. I very much connected with this vendor. It's very hard to explain. It was a very emotional connection. Like, she was, you know, a member of my family, a member of my community. And honestly, that's how we should treat everybody. That moment kind of reminded me and said, you know, this is why I volunteer. This is why I'm at Real Change. This is why we do the things that we do. So I've kind of done a little bit of everything. I was in the vendor center, kind of handing out papers. That's how I started out, and I was kind of there in the front lines, handing them out the new issue, and that's wonderful because you get to meet these vendors, you get to see their accomplishments, their struggles, and they kind of tell you, and you know, you're just not just handing them a paper and saying, you know, here's the new issue. No, you're just there to meet them, and you know, it's really great. The theme of this year's breakfast is Imagine Change. I just want to see people's view on homelessness change. This is our community. These are people that are down on their luck, but they're our family. And I want to see that change. Well, I'm very humbled that I got the reward, honestly. I feel like there are so many great volunteers out there. There are so many great people that help Real Change. And, you know, my small amount of time that I volunteer at Real Change is nothing compared to the amazing things that Real Change does every day. And if I can just add a little bit to that, if I could just like ease the workload, I just know that somebody's life is going to change, because Real Change changes lives every day. And that's not an exaggeration. I've seen it, and it's incredible. I'm very humbled. I'm very honored, and I'm just going to use that energy to just keep going. You know, everyone should support it. It's so great. I fell in love with it.